4 faces and 6 noses later, Nene is still a punk. Okay, so we're here for another review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12 Reunion Part 2. This is my second take, y'all. I'm so annoyed, but let's just get into it. Look at where we left off last week when Portia is trying to expose Kenya. She said she had some receipts on Kenya dogging out Cynthia. And from what I saw, these damn unsweetened tea ass receipts that she decided to put out there was a crock of bullshit, okay? From what it looks like, she vented about some frustration that she had about Cynthia not defending her when it came down to the Eva situation. That's pretty much what it was. She didn't say nothing about dragging her, getting her, or anything like that. See, Portia is just, like, she was thirsty for some fucking attention, thirsty to drop some goddamn receipts that really didn't mean shit. It's the same thing with Kenya saying that she had receipts on Portia, and it was just a fucking phone call from a couple of years back when Portia was on fucking Celebrity Apprentice, and that was a long fucking time ago. So, both of y'all can miss me with these washed ass receipts. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Tired like the damn detergent. I'm fucking tired, honestly. Like, tired. Like, Portia really could have kept that shit, to be quite honest. She really could have kept it. And you know what? Let me just get this out the fucking way now, too. Because you Nene and Portia fans came for my neck all up in my comments all last week. But I'm not having it this week. I'm really not going to have it. I'm not finna even go back and forth with y'all. I'm going to try my best not to. My thing about this is my fucking opinion. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Like, I'm not forcing y'all to be here. If y'all want to see a bunch of Nene and Portia standing in all of this other shit, y'all can go over there and watch the House of Aaron. I like his content, by the way. I've shouted him out several times over the last couple of months. I love Aaron. So if y'all want to see a Portia stand for her, y'all go watch House of Aaron. Okay, go do that. Love you, Aaron. So when they start talking about Cynthia and Nene's relationship, Cynthia said that her and Nene are in a respectable place. It's baby steps with them. I wouldn't have no type of steps with Nene, to be quite honest, because what type of friend is she? Like, the sooner she stop fucking with you, she be ready to throw you to the wolves. She'll go out there, try to get your job taken away from you, doing all types of fuck shit that she ain't got no fucking business doing. At the end of the day, Cynthia, you crazy as hell if you ever want to be friends with that bitch again. Like, it's just crazy how she do. Like, she's so mad at Cynthia because she's friends with Kenya that it doesn't make any sense. My thing about it is she's so quick to call Cynthia weak and a puppy, and she's her punk and all of this other stuff. But a couple of years back, they were saying the same thing about Cynthia when it came down to you, but you didn't want to. You didn't want to answer to that. You didn't want to hear that. You didn't like that when people said that about y'all's relationship. See, you quick to say that about her relationship with Kenya, but you didn't like when nobody said it about y'all's relationship. So what is it, Nene? Are you so mad because she's not up your ass anymore and she's up somebody else's? Was it better when she was your dude boy? Because that's what it sounds like to me, because the same shit she doing with Kenya is the same shit she did with you. Because she never really had you accountable for a lot of shit, especially the stuff that you was doing towards other people. I've seen her hold Kenya accountable, especially for the Kim Field stuff. So what are you talking about, Nene? Nene full of shit. I'm just sick of her. Like, girl, just go find another nose, bitch. I'm pretty sure you got another one coming through FedEx at any given point, bitch. I know. Trust me. I asked Cynthia about Noel's relationship with this girl, and Cynthia is very supportive of it. And I like the fact that I always liked Cynthia and Noel's relationship. They have a very open relationship. They have a very open dialogue, and that's what I really appreciate about them. We talked about Marlo being a momty, and I think that it's humbled her. You know, Marlo doesn't have any kids of her own, so it's nice to see her caring for her nephews and not spending so much money on herself, but spending money on her nephews too and taking care of them. And I think I want to see Marlo more in that light versus being a pot stirrer all the time. I'd rather see her in that light than anything else. Maybe that'll make her more likable, child, because you know there ain't really much to make that bitch like. So Kenya and Portia starts talking about the breakdown in their relationship, and that was a question from a fan that was basically saying, okay, Portia, you and Kenya were very cool at the very beginning of the season, but as the season progressed, you started throwing shade at Kenya in your confessionals. So are y'all in an even space? Is there any hope for y'all relationship? Portia said that she thinks that there is hope for their relationship. She still sees some hope for them. She don't know how it's gonna be after today, but she does still see hope for them. Kenya said that she felt like she did not shade Portia at all this season, but Portia said, "Why is it a problem when I throw fun shade, but you said that comment about my about my fiance talking about the doggy style comment?" But my thing about it is, Portia, Kenya did make that doggy style comment, so that was shade. But at the same time, Nene said your ass needed a rabies shot and you ain't said shit about that. So I'm just trying to understand how you gonna hold one accountable and not gonna hold the other one. See, that's what I mean. See, you was cool with Kenya at first and you were very protective over y'all bond and y'all relationship. Y'all was at each other's baby showers and shit. Y'all was getting to know each other better. Y'all were both pregnant at the same time and y'all was basically building a bond. But once you got back cool with Nene, it didn't matter anymore. You was already back her lap dog, already up under her ass. And that's the shit that Portia does. Once she gets one friend back, she just turns on the other one. That's the same thing she did with her and Candy. Her and Candy were great friends. But when she started getting closer and closer to Phaedra, she turned on Candy and chose a side. That's all she ever does. She's a turncoat and none of her fans ever want to see that shit. But I'm going to always call it out. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about me. You can talk about my fucked up grill. You can talk about me all the fuck you want to. It's not gonna stop me from talking about that bitch, period. And then they started talking about this Shamia shit, and to be quite honest, it's plain and stupid. Like, I don't get it. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? I'm trying to understand what's the big deal. Like, everybody making it a big deal. Why would Shamia even be texting Kenya? The same reason why Portia texting Kenya, they all got cool. What the fuck is the big deal? What is the big deal? Now, whether or not it's a misunderstanding, I don't see the big deal. Why does anybody care if Shamia and Kenya were texting? It's the same situation. Portia got cool with Kenya, so why the fuck can't Shamia? Like, I don't get it, but everybody want to give Shamia all this heat all the time. Oh, she did that, and she's always betraying Portia. She's always befriending Portia's enemies and all of this other shit. Phaedra was Shamia's enemy and she was befriending her. Like, I don't understand what's the big deal. People can be friends whoever the fuck they want to be friends with, honestly. Like that is the truth. So why do you care? Like, people always want to give Shamia all this damn heat, act like when it comes down to Portia, as if Portia was always a good friend to her. She wasn't, and she hasn't been in a mighty long time. So y'all can have a seat with that one, like, real talk. Like, I don't even understand what the big deal was. Bitch, you were texting her yourself. You were cool with her, so why can't Shamia be? You know? So everybody wants to know, is the shade that Kenya throws fun shade? That's what everybody want to know. Like, they were saying, was it fun shade when Kenya came in there with that marching band at Marlo's event? And now nobody wants to raise their hand, but all you motherfuckers was laughing. The only person that didn't find it funny was Nene. So why y'all trying to act brand new now that this shit is where it's at? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why y'all trying to act like it wasn't funny. Y'all was laughing y'allself, but now, okay, like, these bitches are so fake. Then Kenya said, was it fun shade when Shamia and Portia was, you know, drinking my products at my event? Like, it's the same damn thing. Like, yeah, they always want to hold, and this is my thing, I don't even like Kenya, period. Like, I've never been an advocate for Kenya at all, so I don't even know why people getting this in their brain that I'm such a Kenya stan when I'm not. But and first of all, I don't stand for none of these bitches. Let's make that clear. I stand for none of them. I like Candy the most, and that's because she's a part of my favorite R&B group, Escape. So, I don't stand for none of these bitches. The only time I stand for Candy is when she's in fucking Escape. So, let's make that shit fucking clear. But like I said, they always holding Kenya so fucking accountable for everything, but they don't hold each other accountable. Like, they do a lot of heinous shit, but everybody's just, girl, bye. So then we start talking about Kenya and Marlo, and they were saying the shit about what Marlo said about Kenya's mother. And my thing about it is, why would Kenya want to fuck with Marlo after what she said about her mother? It doesn't matter if it was 4 or 5 years ago. Bitch, you said it. I wouldn't want to fuck with you either. And the fact that you were once Kenya's friend is another thing. Like, Marlo already admitted that she doesn't know how to read and she goes low. I don't want to fuck with a bitch that goes below the belt. Because if I got to read a bitch, I ain't got to go below the belt, period. I just read your ass with facts. So I don't even get why she act like it was just 4 or 5 years ago. Like, get over it. You can't tell nobody what the fuck to get over. Like you said, like, you know what type of relationship she got with her mom, and you knew that would hit her where it hurts. So stop it. Like, just stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And then Kenya killed me when she said, what man has ever wanted you besides the one that you and Nene were fucking at the same time? They was talking about, but y'all do realize that they got 2 niggas in common. Because it was one dude named John and there was another dude named Charles Grant, okay? And Marlo came on the show and she was dating him, and they was talking about Nene was with his ass while she was with Greg or while she was on break with Greg. It was one or the other, but that was the rumor. So they had 2 motherfuckers in common, so catch that tea. People wondered if Kenya deserved her marital issue with Mark due to the fact that she's talked about everybody else's relationships. My thing about this is, why are we only holding Kenya to the cross for basically speaking on somebody else's marriage? Okay, we get it. Kenya spoke on Phaedra's marriage with Apollo, but Portia also spoke on Cynthia's relationship with Peter. Like, they all spoke on somebody else's marriage. So why are we holding Kenya accountable? Like, is Portia's karma for speaking on Cynthia's marriage is Dennis out here fucking other women and animals and shit like that? Is that her fucking karma for saying what she said about Cynthia and Peter's marriage? Like, I'm just trying to understand that. And when Kenya said, well, did you deserve Greg fucking around with the paid help? Nene had nothing to say about this. See, you got a lot to say about what somebody else got going on, but when it comes to your shit, you ain't got nothing to say. Like, bitch, bye. Bye. So then we get into Kenya versus Tanya in this whole cookie lady situation. And everybody wants to know, how Tanya felt about that. But at the end of the day, Kenya was wrong for setting her up at brunch with this cookie lady all over a week. Like, it was a bit much, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Tanya was acting like Cynthia was in on it with Kenya when Cynthia was the one who gave her the heads up from the very beginning. And like Cynthia said on her speaker on it, Tanya never spoke on that. She never said that she already knew about it. And then on top of that, her and Kenya fell out over the situation, but we didn't get to see that on the show. So it's not like Tanya didn't know. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So Cynthia cleared her name with that whole little situation. But then it came down to Candy, and folks was like, why she didn't have an opinion on the Tanya thing. And then Candy was like, well, at the end of the day, you know, Cynthia, I was in the same situation. Cynthia brought Natalie to the winery, and she said what she said about Todd. And at the end of the day, I had to stand up for myself. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be a part of this group, then you got to learn how to defend your own self. You know what I mean? And that's just the fucking truth, Tanya. Like, what did you expect? I don't get what you were looking for, and I don't get what everybody else is looking for at the end of the day. If Candy had to stand up and speak for her own damn self, why the fuck do somebody got to speak up for you? You're a grown-ass woman. Then what I don't understand with this whole thing with Candy and Kenya being friends, why y'all so pressed about them being friends? Because y'all always saying Candy never calls Kenya out on her shit. When she's having the same stance that she had when she was friends with Phaedra, and nobody said nothing about that. In turn, y'all was standing for that shit. Candy be riding for Phaedra. Candy be riding for Phaedra. It was not many times that Candy called Phaedra out on her shit. And it was many times where she rode for Phaedra, even in her bullshit. But nobody had nothing to say about that. But because y'all don't fucking like Kenya, that's why y'all got a problem with it. Y'all need to get y'all fake asses out of my face. So we get into Eve, and she tells her story about her relationship with Kevin McCall, and she described it as a situation where they wasn't in a real relationship, but they had something going on. She wound up pregnant, and he was abusive, and she saw it for herself. So, you know, she started talking about one time he beat her really bad, and she started crying, and it was basically too much. And you know what? I understand. I never been in no domestic abuse relationship, but I grew up around it. I seen my mother go through it, and it's probably one of the worst things in the world. So I commend Eva for speaking out on that and giving out her story. I do agree and understand her on that, so I can't even judge her. So now Portia speaks on her dysfunctional relationship with Dennis or whatnot, and you know, I'm not gonna stay on this too damn long because you know how the motherfucking Portia stands are. Whenever I speak on this fucked up ass relationship, they always want to say I'm jealous of Portia because I ain't got no man. If this is the type of man that she got, I'm glad I ain't got one. But that's a whole nother fucking story. She said they've been quarantining together. She said they're in a better place, and she starts talking about the situation that happened with the party. She said that she knew that he was going out that night. but she didn't know that he was going out to eat after the party. So she said that they are trying to work things out, and she even admitted that they did move too fast in their relationship. And she said that she knew that she was moving too fast, but she's a hopeless romantic. She believes in love, and she loved him, so that's why she did what she did. And I can't judge her on that because, I mean, I moved into my last relationship pretty quickly, not knowing what I was getting myself into, but luckily I'm out of it, you know what I mean? Like, I have some time to myself to think about what it is that I want, and I actually know what I want because he knows that the person that, you know, he knows, but I already told him. But however, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, I can't judge her on that. You know, she was in love, and that's what it was. They was asking, you know, Andy was like, well, Candy, you made it a point to stay out of Portia's business. She was like, well, why would I, if me and Portia are trying to get into a better place, why would I voice my opinion publicly? We're trying to get in a better spot. So I'm not trying to speak on her relationship. And then Nene was like, well, that should be, so you should understand why I won't speak on Wendy then. Bitch, it's not the same situation. Please cut it out. Just please cut it the fuck out. And since Nene wanted to be a part of this shit so fucking bad, we started talking about the situation that's been going on between her and Candy on social media. Now, she claims that when she went live on her personal YouTube page, she wasn't talking about Candy. But, girl, you were. And you know you were. So stop being a punk-ass bitch. You know that you were being shady as fuck. And the thing about Nene is she's so real and all of this other shit, but she always want to throw darts at people, and when people pick up on the fucking shade, she want to sit up here and act like she want to sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying, that ain't nobody got no rights. Girl, bye. You was throwing shade, and that's just what the fuck it is, bitch. You know that you was. Who else was you talking about? You were talking about Candy. You know what I mean? And Candy called you out on it, and now you can't fucking take it. You ain't got to mention a bitch to sit up here and say, you ain't got to mention a bitch to be talking about them. It's the same shit that you did with Portia when you said you would get rid of them. You talking about, well, I didn't use the words fired. You didn't have to use the words fired, bitch. It was pretty clear what you was trying to fucking say. You wanted her fired, and that's what it was. So, girl, stop. Like, Nene really kills me with that bullshit. She always talking about Miss Boring and you're unforgettable. Yeah, bitch, she is unforgettable because you keep her name in your fucking mouth. See, bitch, you want to be so smart and so Hollywood that you don't even know the difference between unforgettable and forgettable. If Candy was so boring, the correct word would be forgettable, not unforgettable, you dumbass bitch. Or, not only that, but what can we expect? You don't know the difference between bridesmaid and bridemaid. Like, you dumb as fuck, bitch. And I'm just really over Nene. Like, she just think that she can say and do whatever the fuck she pleases, but can't nobody say and do whatever the fuck they please in regards to her. She got life and me fuck all the way up. Like, girl, go somewhere and sit down. All she ever does is sit up here, yell, scream, overtalk people so won't nobody get their fucking point across. And that's why Candy was going to fuck in on her motherfucking ass. But of course, the Nene fans are gonna come in and say that she wasn't doing shit all because Nene is loud and the ox. Pretty much. That's it. But with that being said, y'all, this is my review on the Housewives of Atlanta Reunion Part 2. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Do whatever the fuck you see fit. Follow me on Instagram at Scotty_by_nature. And I am out of here. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.